Welcome to Arkham Horror, the card game. This is the old box that has insufficient amount of copies to play with any two investigators. And I found out that there is, for example, a custom scenario of which I made a booklet. So, for example, the Ordo Templi Orientis, which shows the cards and scenarios. It's a campaign of 4 chapters. And then there is a log file for the Night of the Zealots that goes with the base box. There's also Pathfinder Strange Aeons, which I built. This is official Learn to Play. It's not really the best of the games, but this is the Wages of Sin edition for the terminology, as is customary in Fantasy Flight games. Night of the Zealot is the standard one. Rules reference, another rules reference, Android Horror, and Read or Die, and Jenny's Choice, all professionally printed. Founders Day, The Approaching Storm. It's a 6 chapter campaign, really good. We have custom investigators, which I made bigger because, well, because I could. So Vanessa von Blanco, she goes with a separate deck. Frank Mildred, Peter Silvestre, Alice Lexley, John Walker, and Ferdinand Fellini, with the SCARD assistant, if that means anything to you. I started with just a few custom investigators, and before you know it, you are printing out card after card. And I also had the plastic coin capsules for the chaos tokens. A lot of standees. And let's see what we have here. The complete investigators, so that's all the fan-based investigators. So what I wanted to show you actually is this, the cookie box with, in Dutch, a cookie, and it is full of my printed campaigns. For example, I don't even remember what's TS. The Search for Kotorovich, and as you can see, they are nicely rounded, nicely thick, and they have all these scenes. Then the story booklet, the monsters, the investigator card, the locations, and the encounter set. So it has this is a nice story, and I used paper wrappers, as I always do, to keep the cards straight. recommended. So it's part 2 of the search for Kotorovich multi-dimensional doorman. And there's the approaching storm. And number 2. So you have the approaching storm. Oh, this is, wait. Approaching storm 1 of 6, 3 of 6, 4 of 6, 5 of 6, and 6 of 6. I have somewhere the approaching storm 2 of 6, but I need to print it out. This is the Svalbard event. Svalbard is the island where you are not allowed to die. The Outsider's Castle. It's also a multi-chapter campaign. What is this? The Outsider, so that's part 2. There are also normal campaigns like Bridge of Size, and there is the custom one that Rado played for spoilers, and that is the Collector. They're all rounded with the Katumaro Pro around the cutter. And this is the search for Erikzan, Symphony of Erikzan, as well regarded campaign. What is this? The Pencher Worm, I think. It's about, yeah, the Pencher Worm. All the cards for the Pencher Worm. And ST, what is ST? Stranger Things. All the cards for Stranger Things. So I'm really looking forward to playing this. But for Arkham Horror you also need cards. Lots and lots of cards. So let's move on here. This yeah, so what I did was gathering all the cards from the internet and print them out in the correct dimension, which took a few tries. Then you have to figure out how many of each card there must be. So for normal there are 2 cards. For special cards there are more occurrences. For example, for the dogs. And these are all cards that you can download from the internet. And the backs you can of course also download from the internet. I used the Spanish tool PnP tool to produce all these things. It had a few bugs, so I had to manually correct them. And this was a giant stack. This is my cutting in progress. Here you can see the leftovers, because the printing press didn't correctly align them, so I had to make cuts on both sides to align them properly. So as you can see, more or less, cutting the back also makes the front cut nicely. And this is the half result. So made rows of 3s, 2 giant stacks. Nearly done. And then I can cut with the liner cutter them into proper cards. And as you can see, this is how it looks. So it's not really a card yet. Well, it is, but it doesn't really feel like a card. So with the Katumaro Pro, this thing worth its weight in gold. You cut cut the corners, and now you have a proper card that you can use in your deck. And yeah, this is going to be thousands of cards, of course. So you have, and the alternative would be to buy the Fantasy Flight Game stories and spend thousands of euros, and it's not necessary. But well, as you can see, you quickly have giant heaps of cards. So I'm going to need a few more cookie boxes, probably worth Kallax or something. And then I can play, I can do proper deck construction, because you never have enough cards for deck construction, and now I have, because I mean, this is all you could ever wish for. These have also fan cards. So it's a collection of everything on the internet. Took a few months to collect everything, but you can simply do a Google search. Didn't print out the watermarked ones, because apparently Fantasy Flight Game doesn't want that, and I respect that. They are intellectual property. This is not for sale because nobody wants to buy it, and I'm going to play this. I'm set for life, of course, for this amount of cards, these amount of investigators, and that amount of stories. So this video is more like proof that it can be done. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.